Hmm. Let's see. Has anybody ever seen this game before? The year is 1999. I remember playing this game for hours. It's kind of like that movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'd buy that for $1.
Good luck!
Good luck. You'll need it. Kind of like at a game mode on Call of Duty with the gorilla. It's almost exactly like that. This version also got a Nintendo NES version, which was good, just not as good. But for what they had, they did a good job of porting it.
Good luck! You'll need it!
In the top left, look at the prizes you get. A brand new toaster, a brand new VCR. A 1999 Roadster. Oh! I love how the crowd does that when you die. The crowd goes, oh! This game is a classic. It got a sequel called Total Carnage, which I also have on here, which was not in a game show setting. but it played the exact same way. You just weren't inside of an arena. Brand new toaster. Could use that. Who couldn't use a brand new toaster for toast and jam? Alright, another toaster. If anybody needs toast, you can come to my house. Toast for everybody. Good old spread gun. Let's face it, who doesn't love a good old spread gun? And the trick is when you die and you come back, you get that invulnerability for about 5 seconds. Use that to your advantage. Just take out everything that you can while you have it. Woo! This is one of those games where it makes your thumb go sore. This is one of those games that's better to play when you actually have someone to play it with, because then it just turns into a big party. But this was originally in the arcades, and as you can see, it's definitely a quarter muncher. Just made by the same people who made Mortal Kombat. Yep, all toast. Big money! Big prizes! I love it! If you guys think this is entertaining, you should see that's what it's called. Dead Ops Arcade on Call of Duty. Replay, it's just like this. It's identical to this. And it's hilarious. Ah.
10 seconds. Contestant 1.
says a number on your hand. Dude! Well, of course they did. Because people bought them. They thought a game was popular enough. Of course, there's that one arcade game that everybody wanted and we never got. It was The Simpsons Arcade. That was such a good game and they never ported it. I mean, sure, you could probably get it on a decent emulator if you know how to use all that stuff. Which I don't. But I know Arcade went up, the people who make these games here behind me.
10 seconds.
People have begged them to please make a Simpsons Arcade of it. And they're like, maybe. Let's see. Good old Mario World. This was the first game I ever played on the Super Nintendo, and it blew my mind. I mean, just think back to that day. When we're all so used to the Nintendo and how popular it was. And then they made the Super Nintendo and Genesis, and the people were just mind blown by what they saw. That was stupid. You'd be surprised how popular that Smash TV was when they made quite a few money, quite a bit of money on porting that to Super Nintendo. Because they got a Super Nintendo version and a Nintendo version, NES, and both sold well. They actually made a lot of money off of that game. Oh crap. And I never bought it. I rented it a couple of times from Blockbuster, but you know, I always preferred games that had a story to it. Something that might last a little while. And then you had Star Fox, which, quite frankly, after I got Star Fox I think I got it for my birthday. Birthday, Christmas, one or the other. But after I got that game, I played nothing else on the Super Nintendo. I'm serious. That was all I wanted, was Star Fox. Once I got Star Fox, that was it. The only time it ever came out of the system was when somebody else used the Super Nintendo. I would love to see them make... a arcade Star Fox where you actually sit in it. Oh. They did something like that with Mario Kart. And then they made a VR version, which is only in Japan. A VR Mario Kart, it's only in Japan, where you actually sit in the kart. And while you're playing, you have to actually hold up your hand to pick up whatever it is you pick up, and then you throw it if it's a shell or whatever. I would have loved to play that. They did that with F-Zero. Never saw it, never had a chance to play it. And I wish I did. Oh. F-Zero in the arcades, he had like, I think between 3 and 5 of them hooked up together at the same time. That just looked like so much fun. I would have loved to have played that. But Nintendo's just letting all these... I know I run my mouth about that crap all the time about that. but Nintendo's just letting all those great things that they've got just die. You know, like Metroid and F-Zero and Pilot Wings and Star Fox. And why? They could make a killing if they did half decent work and made a brand new F-Zero game for the Switch and made it online multiplayer like they did with Mario Kart. Oh my god. They'd be swimming in money. Because if they made an online, they made a new F-Zero and they put effort into it and they made it where you could play it online against other people, take my money. You know, and even making the cell phone versions of some of these games, like the cell phone Mario. Ain't great, ain't bad. They made the Mario Kart, which is pretty good. But good God, they've got so much potential on all this stuff, and they just let it die. I think every arcade has air hockey. It's one of the things I always wanted to have was my own arcade. Which when I started to get these arcade 1-ups here, that's what it felt like I was getting. But not gonna be able to do that for a while. Damn it. There's nothing like playing in an actual arcade. They just don't exist anymore. I remember going to the arcade in the mall when I was a kid. My mom would give me $1. And I'd run in there and there was Mortal Kombat 2 with a crowd around it. Those are the good old days. What? I'm running out of time already? Oh, come on. Gotta be kidding me. I never could get into air hockey. It was just a fancy version of Pong. There was an arcade that was a Dave & Buster's. When I went to go visit my family up in Georgia, they had a Dave & Buster's, so me, my cousin, and his 2 daughters went with us. We went there and just kind of hung out. And they had They had this Pac-Man game, I think it was, where you sat there and you had to... No, it was Space Invaders. And you had to sit there, and the screen had to be 100 inches. It was a humongous screen. And you had these giant cannons, and you had to shoot down the Space Invaders to some techno music. That was a good time. So I remember me and my cousin's daughter, she's like 13. We sat there and we played that over and over and over. It was so much fun. Love the music in these levels. What? I think I got gypped on that one. Oh, come. What the fuck? What the hell happened? Hang on, I can't read and... Damn it. What is it? Yeah. I give that a month tops before Nintendo has that taken down. When Nintendo, they are like sharks when it comes to copyright lawsuits. They will jump on that. Yeah, well, as soon as Nintendo gets wind of it, it'll be gone. You can guarantee. You can guarantee that. Yeah, I'll look at it. What the hell? Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is the sequel to Smash TV right here. The one I was playing earlier.
Total carnage!
By General Akboob. We're being attacked by General Akboob. General Akboob's real identity is... Baby Milk Factory. Wait a minute. Think about that for a minute. What exactly is a baby milk factory anyway? Guess we'll have to ask General Akboob. Maybe he'll know. See, these games are just pure ridiculousness. Doesn't have any rhyme or reason, and nobody cares. You just blow stuff up. A dud. I found a dud missile. Makes me sad. A boom that does... General Akboob! I like when he pounds on the screen.
I'll buy you for $1.
I'll buy you for $1. See, games like this never really held my interest for very long. Because you really didn't do anything, you just died a lot. Alright, I can't help myself. I'm sorry. My time on Doom? Which one? What do you mean? Which Doom are you talking about? There's been about 50 of them. Now, if you want to see some actual, just pure, unadulterated, just savagery and gore and just beat the hell out of everything is definitely in the last Doom that they made. The original one, it's alright. It ended up being a big maze, and you know how I feel about mazes. But when I played the new Doom, it just kind of made the old Doom seem eh. I mean, the original Doom, I played it, I finished it. It's alright. But Doom Eternal, when you get to some of these levels where you just literally are just grabbing these monsters and ripping them in half with your bare hands when it's playing like Metallica at the same time. If I could have hooked it up in the next few minutes, I'd play it right now, but it would take a few minutes because I have it on my PS4. That game is just an absolute bloodfest. Definitely blew up a lot of steam playing that game. Okay, I'll let you guys vote 1, 2, or 3. That other game series. What other game series? Gots to be more specific. Well, I do know that within the next few weeks, Ratchet and Clank comes out on June 11th, which is in about 3 weeks. And that game is going to take precedence over everything else. So if I'm in the middle of something, sorry, but the new Ratchet and Clank is going to take precedence. Dead Space is a game that will take time. Dead Space is a psychological horror game where you are sent to a space station to investigate things. It's extremely gory, it's extremely scary. It's just that it's a time killer. It takes a lot of time. It's a survival horror game. Imagine Resident Evil 4 in space. Is basically what that game is like. You have to upgrade your weapons and so forth, and you fight these really grotesque alien monster things. It was a good game. It got 2 sequels. They were okay. Had a pretty neat twist ending. I mean, Dead Space was a good game, don't get me wrong. But it would take way too long to start streaming it right now, and I don't think I actually have it anymore. I had it on the PS3. And I don't think I have that disc anymore. It was a good game. It was good. Scared the bejesus out of me on several occasions. But I would love to play an HD remaster of this. Oh, I don't think my loins could handle it. Never even heard of a game called Soma. I'm trying to kind of slow down on exactly the kind of games that I get, because Ratchet and Clank is just around the corner. It's like, I don't mind playing Grand Theft Auto. That game is awesome and hilarious. But it's also a game that takes a whole lot of thinking, and it's not a game you can play mindlessly, kind of like this. I mean, I can play Star Fox any day of the week. I just love it. There was a game that I did play on the PS4, and I played it until I finished it, and it had a very interesting concept to it, and it was called Detroit. It was set in the future where we had androids that were very, very, very human-like, and they were used in controversial ways. It brought up a lot of interesting questions for society, and depending on what you did, it had different endings. I thought it was a very, very good game. Brought up, it made you ask a whole lot of hard questions about how we as a society are, and that was a superb game. I played that till I finished it. Thankfully I got the good ending, but I can only imagine. But that was an excellent game. I've got a game on my PS4 I think you might like. It's kind of like a little platformer game, but it's very gothic and dark. It's kind of like a Metroidvania kind of game, if you know what I'm talking about. I've only played a little bit of it, but that's not because it's a bad game. It's just because I played a little bit of it and then something else came out that I wanted to play. I'm trying to remember the name of it. You'd be surprised how many indie games come out that are actually really good. The simple pleasure of just being able to swivel in your seat. This chair is so much better. I played through a game called Shovel Knight. So yeah, it looks like an old, it looks like somebody took the game engine for Mega Man and turned it into this, and it looked stupid as hell. But people were playing it a lot, so I thought, let me give it a shot. Insanely fun game. I played it till I finished it. And it's like the stupidest concept you ever heard in your life. But it was actually a very fun game. Shovel Knight. And it got lots of DLC. But that was actually a really good game. You know, I gotta hand. There's a lot of these indie game companies out there. They make some of these games that everybody thinks they're crap because it's a game company no one's ever heard of, but they're actually really good. I think Shovel Knight was one of them. I know Nintendo is really big on giving these indie companies a chance, and that's good because every once in a while you'll come across a game on the Switch under the indie section, and when you play it, you're surprised at how good these games are. So people say indie games, a lot of people roll their eyes and stuff. I'll give any indie game a chance, because I've come across some gems that people have never heard of that are actually really good. Ooh, that was a bad move. I just wish I had the ability to stream my Nintendo 64. I've got a few good games on that on cartridge that I would love to stream, like Mortal Kombat 4. People always look at, make funny faces whenever people bring up Mortal Kombat 4, but that game was actually pretty fun, at least to me. And they made it on the Nintendo 64, and I have it. And especially Star Fox 64, I would love to be able to hook up my Nintendo 64 to my computer and stream with it. But I don't even think my 64 works anymore. And I don't think they make a console that plays 64 games. I mean by the cartridges. I don't know, I might, if there's enough demand for it. That's a very long game. Maybe I'll play some of it tomorrow, if you ask nicely. Damn.
Good luck.
I'll say this: if I ever get an office job in the future, I'll get another one of these chairs to put in my office. I mean, this is like night and day. This chair and the one I used to use. I mean, like, I feel like I could sit here all night and play on this chair, which is, I guess, the whole point. I can see everybody forgot about Undertale also. Played that once, nobody ever mentioned it ever again. So I guess that game's not very entertaining. Undertale's got a lot of funny parts to it. But there's also a lot of serious parts to it that just hit you right in the soul. It's hard to describe. I mean, I guess you gotta have the right mindset to appreciate it. I played through that game 3 times. And the first time I played through that, at the very end of it, that game had me in tears. The first time through, and I played after the first playthrough for the ending. Absolutely, that game had me in tears. It was just the subject matter of that game. It just hit me right in the soul. See, now Ratchet and Clank has a special, has a special place for me. And with the new game coming out, everything's gonna get dropped for Ratchet and Clank till I finish it. So understand that now. When the new Ratchet and Clank comes out, everything's dropped until I finish that. And if it's as good as I hope it is, and it's already getting good reviews and people are already looking forward to it, I may end up doing the New Game Plus. We'll see. And I'm really hoping that they hook up Ratchet and Rivet. That would be really cool. Would like to see that. Ratchet's been through hell and back. Let him have a girlfriend, for crying out loud. Like, have you guys ever heard of the, I don't know if I've ever mentioned them in the past, but the comics of Pixie and Brutus? You guys ever heard of those comics? They were written and drawn by a guy who served in the U.S. Army. I absolutely love Pixie and Brutus. One thing that really got me irritated, though, was you see Brutus, and if you know his whole story about why he is the way he is and what happened to him and so forth. And then they had this storyline where, well, storyline, whatever, where he goes outside and there's this female German Shepherd sitting there across the street looking over at him, and Brutus is like, "Who is that?" Pixie's like, "Oh, that's Stella." I think that's what her name was. He's like, "Oh, that's Stella. She's a former police dog, and she just moved in across the street, and she's super nice." And then you see a picture of Brutus, and he's got like little hearts popping off of him, and he's just like, "Wow, she's Jeez, wow. And then just before it goes any further, the guy like rips through the cartoon picture of it, and he's like, we're not gonna have any romance in my comics, no siree. It's like, oh, come on. Guy's been through hell. Give him a girlfriend. That really made me mad. Because if there's one thing in this world that I believe in, is that if somebody's been through hell and back, they should never be alone. And that was just a slap in the face. I hated it when he did that. Oh no, we're not gonna have any romance in my comic strip, no siree. It's like, oh come on. That's a total dick move. Like, let Brutus have a girlfriend. Because I read that comic and the way it was going, and it was like, oh, that's just nice. You know, Brutus has him a lady friend. You know, and it's, oh no, 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 we're not having that. It's like, then why would you write a comic to make it look like Brutus is about to have himself a girlfriend? And then just be like, nope, nope, not gonna happen. That's just a dick move. I hated that. And that's what I'm hoping in Ratchet and Clank with this Rivet character. Because Ratchet's been the last of his kind for the whole time, except for one little instance. It's like, you know, it's like, let the guy have a girlfriend. What's so wrong with that? So I'm really hope when they, my biggest thing with that game is I hope they let Rivet be a love interest for Ratchet. Guy's been through hell. And besides, it looks like Ratchet and Rivet look like they'd be a good match. It's like, let them have this. Anybody who's been through hell should never be alone. Never. And I hate when people make it out to be like a giant joke. It's not a joke. Nobody who's been through that kind of stuff should ever be alone. But, you know, a lot of those stories with Pixie and Brutus, they're cute. You know, got this big, mean, vicious German Shepherd war hero, and now he's got this bond with this tiny little kitten named Pixie. It's cute. Like, he's so protective over this little kitten. I like there was one where, I guess, their owner had to take Pixie to the vet for shots, and all you see is the comic starts out with Brutus just pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and he's like, I hope they're not okay. He's like, I hope they're not got long. I hope everything's okay. Oh my God, there better not be anything wrong. Well, he left without taking me. I'm, you know, going on like this, like something's really wrong. And then as soon as he walks in the door, he's like, Brutus, we're home. And then Pixie goes running right over to Brutus and basically just runs right into him, like, hold me. And he's just shooting dirty looks to their owner. And the guy's like, oh, Brutus, don't look at me like that. It was just her shots. And you were sleeping. And Brutus is just shooting daggers at this guy. And it was just the cutest thing. Because Brutus is like super protective over that little kitten. But the one comic though that really got me was when you find out what really happened to Brutus, and Pixie's older, and it starts out and he says, I always told you that when you were older I would tell you what really happened, because he's got the scar over his eye. So you're older now, so I'm going to tell you. And she said no, and she's like, no, you don't have to if you don't want to. And he's like, no, it's okay. And he tells the story about how he's in the army, and his handler, his name is Sergio, was his handler, and they were overseas. They were in some Middle East country, and you see Brutus, and he's got his gear on and everything.
Incoming enemy.
And he tries to simplify it for Pixie, because you have to kind of, when you're explaining these things to civilians, you kind of have to simplify it a little bit, because not everybody understands. But he says we were going door to door looking for bad guys. And she said, well, were there any bad guys there? And he said, yeah, there were, but we didn't know it at the time. And everybody seems like they're innocent until they're not. And then it shows a guy whipping out a machine gun and just starts shooting everybody. And he says, we didn't know it at first, but I think I was the first one to see it. But I just didn't get there in time. And it shows Brutus leaping for the guy and biting him in the arm. But this guy ends up shooting Brutus in the side of the leg. And Brutus gets this big cut across his eye and he's bleeding all over the place. And he says, I got it pretty bad and I was hurt, but Sergio got it worse. And Pixie's just kind of standing there and she's like, did he? And Brutus is like, yeah, he did. And, I mean, it was really sad to read. But I think she kind of got the idea. By the end of that comic, it just shows them, it's like Brutus just kind of lays down and Pixie lays there with him. See, but that's, I think, the point that it's trying to make, is that anybody who's been through hell should never be alone. So when they introduced that whole thing about a possible romance for Brutus, and then he's like, nope, we're not doing that. It's like, oh, come on. Let the guy have a girlfriend. He's been through hell. That's why I hope when they do this new Ratchet and Clank with this Rivet character, it's like, I hope they hook him up. Because of all the things that they could do that would make it so much better, is if it let them two hook up. I mean, make them work for it, make it so that they don't see each other much, that they have to, work out what they have to do, their individual homes. But they hook up in the end, that would make it a very, very good game. And I would very much like to see that. Alright, I know this guy's right here.
Incoming enemy.
Oh, I hate when they do that. When they make it where you can't avoid it like that? Come on. Look at that. That's just ridiculous. One thing I'm probably going to end up doing sometime during the week when I have time is I'm going to see about switching out my camera for the one that I've got for my GoPro. that might have better video quality. That's not what. That's not what. What are you talking about? Okay. Is it a big secret? Yeah, is it a big secret? Why is it only giving me a split second to attack this thing? Hello.
Damn it.
that 194 in there. Otherwise, it would have been a perfect game. So, average will be about 97, I think. 99?
Come in, Cornelia.
This is Cornelia, Pepper speaking. Congratulations on a job well done.
Roger. I'm heading back to Cornelia.
Okay. What were you talking about? Is this thing on? Can you guys hear me? Hello? I guess she's not gonna tell me. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Asking a question. Hello, hello? Is this thing muted? No, not muted. I have no idea what's being talked about. I've been asking about 30 times. You said, let's not and say we did and just enjoy the game when it comes out. Okay, let's not what? And say we did what? What are you talking about? Yeah, she's a female Lombax from another dimension. So part of my theory was that she was going to be another dimension version of Ratchet. So in a dimension where Ratchet was actually a female. Yeah, I looked up a lot of information also. Know what? Oh my god, I feel like a dentist. Just tell me! I feel like I'm pulling teeth. that Rivet might possibly be Ratchet, the same person from another dimension. Right? Yes? No? Maybe? You're killing me. You're absolutely killing me. I need another beverage. So you can have some chair porn while I get another drink. I'll be right back. Okay, just don't talk in riddles, because then you get me all confused. And then I'm left wondering, what did I miss? Because that was always a possibility that that's exactly what's going on. But we'll find out, because I've already got the game. The game was bought and paid for months and months ago. Just like with Resident Evil. So, about 2 or 3 days before the game actually comes out, it'll start downloading on my PS5, and then when the game unlocks that midnight, I will play it that midnight when it comes out. And I hope you guys will join me for that, because we're going to be making a party, because it's going to be on a Friday. Actually, yeah, Thursday night, I believe, actually. Correction. But if you give me bits and pieces of information, it gets me all confused. That's assuming I have one. My brain's been a little bit fried the past few months.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, my brain's been a little fried for a while. There's a reason why I have 2 different kinds of PTSD, which I didn't even know was possible. Evidently it is. You also have to understand I'm a walking manifestation of what bad luck looks like. If bad luck were a person, it would be me. Crap. Damn it. I think after this run, I'm gonna call it a night.
Good luck.
Wow, what's going on in India? I think India has one of the largest populations country-wise by the size of their country. One of the largest populations in the world. So yeah, I would imagine that their medical facilities are just overwhelmed at this point. You know, I wish that we were able to do something for them. I just have a hard time trusting a lot of these charity organizations that exist, because you know, you don't know if the money you're giving is actually going to that cause. It's like, I mean, eventually one day I hope to be able to have charities, but I wouldn't do it like some of these other charities do. What the hell was that? Realistically, yeah, I mean, I understand you have to have funding to run something like that, so you have to keep some of it. And I understand that, but they keep too much. They keep like 90% for themselves. That's ridiculous. If I had a charity, I would keep $1 out of every $10. So like 10%. That's just expenses on running it. You know, and that's things like advertising, organizing events, things like that. I have no desire to keep any sort of money because I want a very simple life. I don't need anything fancy and extravagant. I just want to You know, but you got some of these people that organize these charities driving around in Maseratis and stuff. It's like, come on. Where did you get the money for that? Oh, this thing's gonna kick my ass. It's like, if I have enough money to live on, then I'm good. Was like spamming the frickin'. Oh, come on. I was like spamming the button for a Nova Bomb and it wasn't launching one. Because one thing that I would like to do, once people actually know who I am, and I start doing charities, is to have donation goals, and then reach out to some of the people who, because one thing I really want to do personally is give money to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I've been there. I was part of a motorcycle organization years ago, and we made a ride up to Tampa once to do that, and that was one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life. But that was, frankly, one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done. And what I would like to do is one day, once, like I said, people actually know who I am and follow my channel and actually watch, and there's people out there that donate towards this, every time I get to $5,000 donated for this cause, I would drive up there and present it to their director or whoever would take it, so that everybody can see that this money is actually going towards this cause, and keep doing it, and keep doing it. I would absolutely love to go. I would drive up there to give them that money, and then so everybody can see that the money that they're donating is actually going where I'm telling them it's going, and then spend some time there. But that's going to take time because people don't know who I am. Yeah, and everything that I do, people would know exactly where the money's going. And then as soon as I get to 5,000, every time, I will drive up there with a check for $5,000, and maybe I might even, and if I can be a little bit greedy about it, I know that sounds kind of, maybe that's not the best word to use, but one word I'd like to use is maybe even make my own charity. You know, maybe call it Blue Cooper Charities. So if you were to donate to the Blue Cooper Charity Fund for St. Jude's, and I would create a bank account just for that, and then drive up to St. Jude's Hospital and meet with their director or somebody of importance, and take pictures and show everybody this money is going to St. Jude's Hospital. I would love to do that. I want people at St. Jude's to know who I am too. That every time they see me come in the door, that they would recognize me and know something good's coming. Yes, Habitat for Humanity is pretty good, yes. There's a couple of times where we had instances when I was working that we would go and help build a house. Let me recline this just a little bit. Kind of enjoying my new chair here. I just want to be able to start charities to do good things. I mean, and I'm all about it. I mean, even the shirt right here, Torch Run. You know, I'm not an athlete, and I didn't run in them, but I would always help in some fashion, and I had my friend that was the coordinator for the Torch Run. I would always do whatever he needed, and that was really nice, you know, when the Torch Run would stop at the school where all the challenged kids are, and it was very meaningful. I enjoyed the Torch Run every year, and then COVID brought a stop to that. And I would love to create charities for these things. Managerial courses for what? I'm not sure what you're asking. And all the charity work that I would do would be on the side. But it would be helpful if I could get an income from Twitch and YouTube. That would be very helpful. And people don't even know who I am. At least not yet. But these are plans on what I plan on doing eventually. Whenever the Blue Cooper brand starts to become a thing. Ugh. Okay, your guys' conversation is completely lost on me now. I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Good luck.
Twin blaster.
You know, there's a million things to do when it comes to charity work. There's never a shortage of things that need to be done. Never a shortage of things to do. But right now, before I can do anything like that, I've got to get my name out there. People need to know who I am, so that when it comes time to start talking about how I'm going to be doing a charity, you know, I don't need people to start looking at me like, who's this guy, and can I be trusted, and this and that, because people always think that when it comes to charities. Is this guy for real? Is he just taking the money and keeping it? That sort of thing. Which they should. There's a lot of crooks out there. Yeah, I saw that coming. But I've just got to get my name out there. I need to make affiliate. I need to get way up there. I need to... I mean, right now I just need to set the goal of making an affiliate. You know, start making money off of things. And then once I make affiliate, then I can start putting my name out in better places. And then really bust my ass and see if I can even make partner one day. I really want to go some places with this whole streaming thing. I mean, this is a platform and you can do a lot of good on it. I mean, and not just charities, but, you know, opening people's eyes to a lot of the problems in the world. Like, you know, the one thing I put on there already. You know, about depression and such. Believe me, I know all about depression. It's rough. It's hard to deal with. And there's a stigma behind it when it comes, especially for guys, because nobody wants to admit that they feel that way because, you know, guys don't want to look weak. Is she? I'll have to get with her then. See what kind of chair it is that she does, because I know she's in another country. I'll have to see what how she does it. Yeah. So I'll have to have a conversation with her about that. But I think though, collecting some of this money and then having, you know, somebody go with me to film, even if you're filming with your phone, that I'm, you know, going to this place, and then a lot of pictures to show that I'm giving this check to this person. I just think that, and then posting that on YouTube and then advertising it, I think that would be a good thing. Well, I should have updated when I put Resident Evil. That should have been up there.
Good luck.
I'll have to take a look at that then. Because I put posts on there for Resident Evil when I was playing that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that just because they want the glory of it. You know, and as cheesy as it sounds, I just want to be able to do things to help. You know, I've spent my entire adult career helping people. And now that I'm not, and I'm retired, it just feels like there's something in my life that's missing. And I want to continue to do things that help. And if I can do that on this, use Twitch as a platform to help people, I'm all for it. And that's why for the whole process, I would be very, you know, very transparent as to what I'm doing. So this is, you know, this is the money that I've got put aside. That every time I would hit $5 grand, should I need that? Every time I would hit $5 grand, I would write a check for St. Jude's and go up there and hand deliver it to them. And then film that it was done. So I want people to see that the money that they're donating is actually going there. And then make a list of everybody who donated and then put that on my Twitch page as well. You know, these are the people who donated for this cause, and thank them for it, and then put that on my page as a, you know, you donated this, and it's going towards this fund. So that people know that what they're actually donating is going where they hope it is. When it comes to St. Jude, no patient at St. Jude should ever have a bill. Ever. And I just want to be a part of that, even if it's just a little bit. I want to be a part of that, making it so that it's to the point where no patient at St. Jude should ever have a bill. They should get the best treatment possible. No bill, no questions asked, just the best treatment possible. And that's what, I just want to be a part of that. And of course doing all the work that I can for You know, for depression and PTSD, because that's a serious problem. There's a big stigma around PTSD. Everybody thinks it's a joke, it's not real. Oh, it's real. I know it's real. I have PTSD very bad. And it's no joke. And I don't want anybody to think that it is a joke and they shouldn't be afraid to talk about it. PTSD is very real. It's very real. Nobody should have to go through that by themselves. I mean, I'm not going to repeat some of the things that I've seen, but it's things that no person should have to see.
Good luck.
You'd be surprised how many people that you talk to that think PTSD is just made up. But it's just made up for people to have excuses for things. There's a lot of people that think that. You know, people that make a big joke about it, like, oh, I had PTSD because the coffee shop was out of vanilla flavored. Oh, that just gave me PTSD. Really? It's not funny. Or, oh my god, the store was out of coffee, or the store was out of whatever. They didn't have my favorite chocolate bar that I like, so that gave me PTSD. People think it's a joke, and it's not. And that makes me mad. But what does make me mad is when people start making up disorders to get away with things. Like, I heard one once years ago, and I rolled my eyes so hard, and I think it's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. They called it oppositional defiance disorder. In layman terms, that means it's a disorder to be an asshole. Basically what that means. You know, and I would talk to some of these... Yeah, well, of course it's real. Because some quack doctor out there coined it. And I've talked to a bunch of psychiatrists who talked about it, and it's like, you can't be serious. I mean, I was dealing with this guy who was 15 at the time, and he was just a spoiled brat, you know, and then when the mom went to go take his Xbox away for something because he didn't go to school or whatever, and he started cussing her out, and she called the cops, and, you know, I go over there, and this and this, and I'm like, so what's this, you know, so what do you want me to do? Well, I think he should go see a psychiatrist because he's got this disorder, and it's say what now? And it was like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I know it's real. I know it's in the books. I just think it's a slap in the face to people who have real disorders. Differences in personalities is not a mental disorder. People aren't all the same, and that's the point. Everybody has a different point of view, everybody has a different opinion on things, and just because you have a different opinion doesn't instantly mean that somebody has a mental disorder. Some people are. I mean, it's just, your personality is your personality. If it's a personality that somebody doesn't like, doesn't instantly mean you're mentally ill. It's just the way you choose to be. I'm open to real mental disorders. Real ones. Like schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, PTSD. Not things that are excuses to just do what you want and then blame it on a mental disorder. I don't what? Who's making any call about what? If something smells like bullshit, then it probably is. And you shouldn't make up mental disorders just so you can get away with being an asshole to somebody. Okay, that is a whole different art. That's a whole different discussion. That's a whole different discussion. Being gay is a decision, yes. And that's all it is. It's a decision. It's what you want. It's what makes you happy. That's it. End of discussion. That's all that is to me. If you're gay, you're gay. That's just it. That's just the way you are. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing bad about it. It's just reality.